I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected.
The United Kingdom's Prime Minister Liz Truss has resigned from her post. She is set to be the shortest-serving Prime Minister in United Kingdom history. Remember, she took oath only 45 days ago. Now, what's behind her resignation? In short, it's about her economic tax cut plan that crashed the markets, and she lost two key ministers. She will continue to be the Prime Minister until a new leader is chosen, and this process will likely be completed within a week. It could be as soon as Monday. Now, while resigning, she said that she could not deliver on the promises that she made when she was running for Conservative leader, having lost the faith of her party. Britain is now about to get its third Prime Minister in 3 months. Indian origin former Chancellor Rishi Sunak, Penny Mordaunt, and even former Prime Minister Boris Johnson are among the likely frontrunners to replace Truss.
We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit. I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
What a stunning turn of events, Lord Desai. Liz Truss, barely a month and a half into office, the shortest-serving Prime Minister of Britain, has now quit, and that too under rather infamous circumstances, if you will. What do you make of all of this? Where did it go so horribly wrong?
In early August, I predicted that if she gets in and does what she's planning to do, the pound will collapse. And last week, I wrote a blog where jointly with somebody else, where we said that Liz Truss would be the shortest living Prime Minister, shortest sort of an existing Prime Minister. And that has also come out true. I think basically what she wanted to do was slightly daft, but she did too soon. She didn't prepare the people for it, and her Chancellor of the Exchequer, Kwasi Kwarteng, went too far in abolishing the upper limit of income tax altogether.
Who do you think now, Lord Desai, is the front runner to become the next Prime Minister? As you'd imagine, there's a great deal of interest here in India about Rishi Sunak, who was Liz Truss's main challenger. They went into the Conservative Party convention. And of course, Liz Truss won by a pretty substantial majority. Do you think that, given the turn of events over the last month and a half, do you think that Rishi Sunak now stands a chance to become Prime Minister?
Well, I know every channel in India wants Rishi Sunak to be Prime Minister. I don't think he will be Prime Minister for the very simple reason that, and I've said that before when the competition was going on, that it has come too soon in Rishi Sunak's career. He has not yet been enough in politics to know how to be a politician. He's an expert. He's kind of a technical expert. And he was a very good Chancellor of the Exchequer, without a doubt. But, in British politics, you never pretend to know everything. There is a secret to being in British politics, and okay. Rishi doesn't actually appear like one of us. He appears like he's a specialist, he's a technical man, he's very good and so on. He's more like Superman rather than an ordinary person. So I think he will have to pass a bit more time before he's Prime Minister. Right now, my money is on Jeremy Hunt because he's already proved that he can calm the markets down.
So in the interim, do you think that this entire fracas, the way it's played out, is just setting up for former Prime Minister Boris Johnson to make a backdoor entry?
There are a lot of people who want Boris Johnson back. I think that would be the best solution. But I think there may be some ridicule that, why did you let him go when he had... Now, Boris is a real professional, and he would be very good. But I think he always used to say that he can't afford to be prime minister, salary is not big enough, etc. So he may want to not come back.
Now, my colleague Sanjay Suri tells us more about what to expect now that Liz Truss has resigned. Take a look.
Rishi Sunak would appear to have some clear advantages if he were to enter this race, as he is widely expected to. The bookies already have him as the favourite, and by far, though that is at the moment, and these things can change, but a great deal will depend upon who the others are, and particularly whether Boris Johnson is in the race. The rules for this race have now been clarified. An MP will need 100 nominations at the least to be able to contest. So given there are 357 Conservative MPs, theoretically 3 can enter the race, and theoretically this could be a three-way contest, though it may not come to that. But the magic figure really to cross is 100, and going by past records, Rishi Sunak certainly did cross it. He was in the lead last time. He had 137 votes. Behind him, Liz Truss with 113, but she had much of the vote that was for Boris Johnson. It was transferred to her as some sort of reward for loyalty to him, and not far behind Penny Mordaunt with 105. So she too crossed that 100 hurdle, and that is one reason perhaps that the 100 mark has been set, certainly to speed things up. It's not like last time when it went on and on for almost 2 months. This time we will have a result, we are told, by Friday, though it could come even earlier than that. The critical question really here is Boris Johnson, and already we have reports that expressions of support for him have been mounting and climbing the moment this contest was announced. So clearly there is a considerable groundswell of support for Boris Johnson among the members of parliament. No doubt Boris Johnson will want to be assured of that 100 mark before he contests, but really he would want to be assured of more than that. Were it to come to a three-way contest, though it may not come to that, he would want not to be in third place. And if he were to be in the first two and the runoff were to then come with the Conservative Party members voting, certainly he would win. The support for him within the party and among members is overwhelming. So it does appear that if Boris Johnson were to contest, he'll win.
Now, with that, we close this bulletin, but stay tuned for the latest updates and developments on the biggest stories of the day. Thanks for watching.